You see someone traveling around India for 2 weeks on Instagram and they're telling you India is so cheap. But how much money do you actually need for a 14-day trip to India in 2026 or 2027? It's the biggest question mark. Is rupees 50,000 enough, or do you need rupees 1 lakh, or should you actually keep rupees 2 to 3 lakh? I'm going to break it down from a tour operator's perspective because the cheapest India trip and the most comfortable India trip are two completely different things. Let's start with rupees 50,000. Roughly around the budget level that many international backpackers may consider depending on exchange rates. With the kind of budget, you need to be careful about your routes. You are looking at budget accommodation, public transport, trains, local food, and limited paid activities. You cannot realistically expect private cars, luxury hotels, and domestic flights throughout the trip. A sensible strategy would be to choose a relatively compact route rather than trying to see half of India. For example, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Delhi, or another compact regional itinerary. The biggest mistake will be saying, I have rupees 50,000, so I will visit Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Varanasi, Mumbai, Goa, and Kerala. You might technically put all of those places on Google Maps, but your time and transportation costs will destroy your budget. So at rupees 50,000, your priorities will be fewer destinations, cheaper accommodation, trains, and local experience. Now let's move to rupees 1 lakh. This gives you significantly more flexibility. You can upgrade your hotels, choose better trains, occasionally use private cabs, and include some paid experiences. You can also create a more interesting multi-city itinerary. For example, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Varanasi. Instead of spending money on luxury everywhere, you can decide where comfort matters most. Maybe you take a comfortable hotel in Varanasi because you will be staying there longer. Maybe you use a private cab for a difficult sightseeing day and take a train between two major cities. This is where smart planning becomes more important than simply having a bigger budget. Now you're entering a completely different category with around rupees 2 lakh for 2 weeks, depending on your travel style and whether international flights are included. You can start looking at much more comfortable trip, better hotels, private transfers, more guided sightseeing, better restaurants, and potentially domestic flights where they actually save significant time. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. just to catch the cheapest train. You can build the itinerary around your comfort instead of your wallet. And if you are comfortable spending rupees 3 lakh or more for 2 weeks, your trip can become significantly more premium. You can consider higher category hotels, private vehicles, professional guides, premium experiences, and more flexibility with transportation. But here's something I want to make very clear. Spending more money doesn't automatically mean having a better India trip. If your itinerary is badly designed, you can spend rupees 3 lakh and still spend half your holiday sitting inside a car. For many international travelers, transportation is where the budget gets misunderstood. India is huge. Delhi to Varanasi isn't like traveling across one small European country. If you keep adding flights, private cars, and long transfers, your budget can increase very quickly. That's why I always recommend planning the route first and the hotel second. Don't randomly book hotels in 5 different cities and then figure out transportation later. Your hotel is another major variable. A budget traveler may choose a hostel or basic guest house. A mid-range traveler may prefer a clean, comfortable 3-star similar property, and a luxury traveler can obviously spend much more. But for a foreign travelers, I wouldn't choose a hotel purely because it's cheap. Check location, recent reviews, cleanliness, transfer accessibility, and whether the property is comfortable for international guests. Food is one category where India can work for almost every budget. You can eat local food relatively affordably, but if you choose international restaurants, premium restaurants, and hotel dining every day, your food budget will obviously raise. And honestly, if you are coming to India, don't spend your entire trip eating food you could have eaten back home. Try local cuisine. That's part of the experience. And now let's talk about the expenses people forget. Airport transfers, tips, SIM or eSIM, travel insurance, laundry, entrance tickets, guides, shopping, last minute transportation, and sometimes changing a hotel or booking because your original plan didn't work. Always keep an emergency buffer. So how much should you actually budget? Rupees 50,000 possible for a very budget conscious traveler. Rupees 1 lakh much more flexible. Rupees 2 lakh comfortable travel becomes easier. Rupees 3 lakh plus you can can start building a premium experience. But these numbers are not universal. Your nationality, exchange rate, season, hotel category, route, and whether international flights are included can completely change the final amount. The biggest mistake isn't spending too much in India, it's planning badly and spending money on unnecessary travel time. If you are planning your first India trip from the USA, UK, Australia, or anywhere else, and you want someone to build the route according to your budget and travel style, you can contact us. Email us at helloniskers@gmail.com and follow VoySphere for practical India travel guides, realistic itineraries, and travel planning tips. I will see you in the next video. I'm Aditi and this is VoySphere. Thank you for listening my video.